Good evening, Solazzo Beer and Blending. How are you guys doing tonight? There we go. Tonight's a special night. We have the roast of Joe Newcomer. Let's get Joe up on stage. Joe, get up there and sit in a special seat. Tonight is a live event, and it's a big one. I'm going to try my best to host this thing with all. We wrap this thing up. Hold on one second. Give it up for Joe Newcomer, everybody. The roast of Joe Newcomer. Who knew this show would happen? So crazy. We've got a plethora of comics, actually a handful of comics. 2 are videos that were sent in. Last year we did this on September 11th for Corey Coogan. And this year we're doing it for Joe Newcomer. So shout out to Joe. Yeah, this is a big event tonight. Joe's moving. This is his last. This is the last time we're going to see Joe here at Solazzo Beer and Blending. After this might be the last time he ever performs. So we'll see how that goes. That's a roast, baby. Okay, yeah. So here, I got a lot of components to operate these videos. So bear with me. The first roaster that we have is Peter Marshall. He's sending in a video just for Joe. Let's check it out. Here we go. We got it going. Give it up for Tim, everybody.
How's it going, Peter Marshall? Sorry I couldn't be there. I am in Canada for a wedding. But once he told me we were going to roast Joe as his farewell, I couldn't miss it for the world. So during this trip, I plan on making fun of some of you, or all of you. Let's see how it goes.
Your name is Joe? More like joke.
That was cheesy!
Joe told me he was once married, and my first thought was, where's the body?
Sick burn!
I don't know anything about Ceez. I've known him for like a year. And I love that.
Who are you? Don't care!
Nathan looks like he sells feet pics for a living on OnlyFans. Shadi looks like he buys them.
Shit on your grave!
Hey, Käri, I got a poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your parents should have aborted you. Ha!
Hashtag pro-choice!
Hey there, Sandy. Girls like to call you a snack, not because you're a tasty treat, but because you can never fully satisfy a woman.
Joe once told me he was doing karaoke so he could gain the confidence at going on stage and doing comedy. I'm just surprised that you could be confident at being bad at both of them, man.
Well, that's all I have. I know it was absolutely terrible. Yeah, I'm not that good at roasting. I hope you guys enjoyed it, especially you, Joe. I wish I could have been there to send you off properly, but you're an amazing guy. I wish you safe travels and so much growth on this new adventure. And I'll come and visit you, brother. Have a good one.
Really nice. I like it. My favorite part was it said that Tiffany was the camera operator, but then he fucking did that with the camera. I'm like, oh shit, Tiffany's down. All right. Let's start this next video. Here we go.
Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Shadi Matar. I really wish I could have joined you all in person to do this roast, but unfortunately I couldn't make it tonight. But I figured that no amount of roasting that I could do on stage could compare to the drugs that have roasted Joe's brain completely. No comparison there. If you're watching this video, that means that Christopher Keith Tyler actually got the projector to work. Chris's comedy career is a lot like Facebook, right? They both started in like 2008, 2009, and they had some initial success and following back then. But they really haven't done much to innovate since then. And mainly, there's just a weird, almost non-human white guy behind the scenes slowly ruining both. Let's see, Ceez Reynozo and Sandy here, they're probably sitting next to each other. That's your boy, right, Ceez? That's a little inside joke that we have with each other here. Look at these guys. Sandy looks like if Fidel Castro got into radical communism, and Ceez looks like if a caveman fell into a Ross Dress for Less and tried to act black in front of his friends. Ceez and Sandy are kind of a package deal, right? You can't have one without the other. They're kind of like the Abbott and Costello of comedy. Oh, sorry, I read my notes wrong here. I meant a faggot and can't get on shows. Those backyard shows that you guys do for those quinceañeras don't count as shows. Let's see, Käri Thach is here, probably annoying a bunch of people. Yep, there she is. If you don't know who Käri is, she's the one who laughs like when you're trying to start a car. Here, let me give you an example of what that sounds like. I'm happy that Käri is here and she's healthy. For those that don't know, Käri had a double mastectomy recently, and it's a shame because she got rid of the only two things that really made her interesting. Now I'm going to have to stare at a big ass forehead and listen to her. Too bad you couldn't have gone cancer there, right, Käri? When I saw the outpouring of support and love that Käri got when she got her diagnosis, a lot of her friends donated to her GoFundMe page, and it was the first time I actually donated to a GoFundMe as well too. Not Käri's, I donated to the cancer's GoFundMe page. We actually hit our goal very quickly. Nathan Solazzo is here for some reason. Dude, no one knows who the fuck you are or why you're even. You look like the kind of dude that practices saying the N-word in your car to try to be funny and cool with friends. For those that don't care or know about Nathan, just like myself, he was in 2 roast battles at the La Jolla Comedy Store and lost both of them. One to an autistic fat girl and another to an equally unimpressive white guy. Nathan, you're as good at roasting people as Peter Marshall is running a business in Peter Marshall sent in a video as well too. He's in Canada right now. Apparently the reason he's there is he really wanted to be more Mexican because he overheard some people saying that real Mexicans are border crossers. And I guess Peter's first thought was to go to Canada, that border. The wrong one, Peter. Peter always wears a Jurassic Park shirt when he's doing comedy. And I asked him why. He said, I really love that movie. It's about old fossils that come to life and ruin people's day. So it's kind of like when Joe Newcomer does comedy. Let's get to Joe. Let's get to the man of the night. For the randoms at Solaris tonight who are enjoying the delicious beer and beverages that they have here, Joe Newcomer has the record for the most laughs at Solaris. Granted, 80% of those laughs are him laughing at his own jokes. Still a record, damn it. Real innovative comedy right there. Laugh until they're laughing with you, Joe. Right? Joe's comedy is kind of like watching a Joe Biden speech. No one, including Joe himself, knows what the fuck is being said. It usually bothers a lot of young women in the audience, and many of the people who are watching it are just waiting for him to die. It's probably going to be said and joked a lot about tonight, but Joe is a recovering drug addict. I really admire that you've taken comedy as your new drug, on top of the 4 to 7 Solaris beers that you have when you do your comedy. Joe works out regularly, he eats right, and he exercises often. He says that, if we're not careful, he's going to outlive us all. But he really doesn't know that, after talking to him for 20 minutes, anyone would want to kill this. But seriously, Joe, we're going to miss you. And and the rest of the folks that are moving to Austin here. You know, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and watch you grow and develop as a comedian for the last year and a half or so that I've been doing comedy myself. You know, I wish you nothing but the best and success when you move out to Austin, and hopefully, you know, you're able to double your comedy potential there. And you know, for those that don't know math, 2 times 1 is still 2. So I guess that counts as doubling your comedic potential. Have a good night, everyone.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Peter Marshall.
Give it up for Shadi Matar, everybody. Super high risk to possibly bomb in Gaza right now, but we did it. We sent a video from Gaza. All right, we're gonna bring up our next roaster. You guys excited to see who the mystery man is that Shadi was referring to? It's Nathan Solazzo, everybody. Clap it up for him.
Well, this is going to be tough. This is the first time I've ever had to follow an ISIS video before. Doesn't Shadi look like Bert from Bert and Ernie if Bert was Palestinian and had Down syndrome? Shadi is one tall motherfucker. The only reason Shadi is still alive is because they couldn't build a suicide vest big enough for him to fit. Give it up for the host, Christopher Keith Tyler. I'm glad he could make time from running the neighborhood watch program at Epstein's Island, so give it up for him. Chris looks like the live version of Tickle Me Elmo if all he wanted you to tickle was his balls. Chris's aunt, his mom, and his grandmother all died, and he's been divorced once. So all these women have done what Chris's now wife has wanted to do her whole life, which is leave him. Chris looks like the kind of guy who enjoys his free time burning ants with a magnifying glass. Käri is here, thank you. I'm glad you can take time from hooking on the streets of Temecula.
Make good money.
I had no idea that all the people in Temecula had a ladyboy fetish. Käri, you look like a survivor from Epstein's Island. Käri is a guitarist, and her biggest fan base is deaf people. Käri had a double mastectomy. I'm glad she's doing well. She had both breasts removed. But even after having both breasts removed, she still can't get guys to look her in the face. Peter Marshall looks like Viggo Mortensen if Viggo had a fetal alcohol syndrome. Peter looks like he works for the Boy Scouts and his only job is to scout all for boys. Peter also looks like every bloated white guy floating down the East River in the beginning of every episode of Law and Order. Let's give it up for Joe. Joe's last name is Newcomer, which is what he screams while he's having sex to explain why he prematurely ejaculates. Joe's flying to Austin, Texas to pursue his dream of being homeless somewhere else. After tonight, Temecula is losing a comic, and someone in Austin is gaining an STD. Now that Joe is leaving Temecula, leaving Solaris is going to lose all their advertisement dollars from Dare. I'm shocked when I heard Joe is moving to Texas. Joe, don't you know Texas gives special needs people the electric chair? What are you moving there for? Joe is the Anthony Kiedis of taking drugs. Every time he takes drugs, he screams away, "Give it away, give it away, give it away now!" Joe has made so many drug dealers rich and so many of his family members disappointed. Joe and Peter Balzery from Red Hot Chili Peppers has something in common. Peter Balzery's nickname is Flea, and Joe looks like he has fleas. Joe looks like a surfer if the only thing he ever surfed was couches. Joe will eventually be coming up here and mumbling and stumbling through his speech, and no one will have an idea of what he's saying, and eventually you'll hear a loud bang, which is the gunshot from the closed caption writers killing themselves. Joe does this thing where he tells you his joke and then he laughs right after his joke, which is great because if he didn't laugh, the rest of us wouldn't know when to laugh either. Joe, we're all gonna miss your sense of humor, your smile, your personality. I can't wait to see you make your first appearance on To Catch a Predator.
I'm the victim.
We're certainly going to miss you. I really enjoyed that AI picture of him on the advertisement because I realized how much better AI has gotten. Actually, AI has gotten so good, it made Joe look like he actually took a shower. Joe, we're going to miss you, and I hope you have a great time in Austin, Texas. Thank you.
Nathan Solazzo, everybody. The autistic Anthony Jesselman. Fuck, man. That was Nathan, your jokes on stage hit harder than your dad hit your mom when she was pregnant with you. Alright, we're gonna bring up our next roaster. You guys excited? Alright, here we go. Coming to the stage right now, she's ready to geared up and ready to go. Put your hands together for the one female on the group, Käri Thach, everybody.
Hi, Joe. He's just laughing because he knows he's about to get fucked up. I never swear on stage, so that's saying something. So the other day, I bought some shoes from Joe. And I'm not sure what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. Joe, the 70s called, they want their hair back. You know, everyone used to do a lot of heroin, right? And they recently switched from heroin to fentanyl. And that's because there's no heroin left, Joe did it all. Actually, in all honesty, Joe's been clean for 100 days. Let's give it up for Joe! Yeah, he's been clean for 100 days. Total. Not in a row. Joe took his son out for a drink, and his son didn't like the Guinness, so Joe drank it. Same thing happened with Modelo. His son didn't like the Modelo, so Joe drank it. By the time they got to the whiskey, Joe couldn't push the stroller out the door. No, honestly, Joe never gives up. I love Joe, because he never gives up, he never quits. Rehab is for quitters. Today, Joe decided not to drink anymore. He's not going to drink any less, either. Joe did go to an AA meeting. It was just a bunch of batteries gathered in a circle. Joe gets up early, and he hits the gym, right? No, he hits the gin. I was wrong, he hits the gin. Joe called me one day and he's like, hey, I just watched a documentary on marijuana. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I should watch all documentaries like this. I do. If Joe was a knight, he'd be called Sir Osis of the liver. Joe just got a part in the movie Cocaine, and he was upset because he only got one line. He doesn't abuse painkillers, though. He just takes them all the time in case he ever gets hurt. Prevention is the best medicine. I told my doctor, speaking of doctors, I told my doctor about Joe, and she's like, oh, I know Joe. So she prescribed me 30 Xanax. Speaking of hospitals, that sign says hospital. It doesn't say all-you-can-eat narcotic buffet. I wish your psychiatrist would prescribe you something useful, though.
Like nurses?
Like cyanide. If Joe ever does offer you drugs, just say thanks, because they're expensive. Joe does take all the pills, but why can't he take a pill that says shut the hell up?
There isn't anything out there.
Honestly, Joe, I can't tell if you're on too many drugs or not enough. Joe does have a pet bird, and he stares in front of the cage all day saying, Polly, want a Percocet? Why did Joe cross the street? He was running from the cops. And why does Joe have white, shiny teeth? Because he brushes them with cocaine. Joe's so stupid, he studied for the drug test. Actually, Joe actually went to college. He got a degree in mathematics. And then Joe was getting caught a bunch, so he dressed up as Jehovah's Witness to disguise himself and not arouse suspicion to the cops. But he was arrested when the cops saw people actually letting him in. So the cops knock on his door, and they're like, hey, we're looking for a drug dealer that matches your description. Joe goes, that was easy. What can I get you fellas? Joe's gonna leave us soon. He's going to Texas, and I hope you go on tour. But then again, it's easy to go on tour when you're homeless. But just wrapping it up, if you ever do OD, don't worry. I'm a doctor. I have plenty of Narcan, but I'm not going to use it on you.
Give it up for Käri Thach, everybody. Clap it up for her. She can save your life. Käri has a reputation for telling everybody she's on the spectrum, but that's just her way of telling you that that's her OnlyFans is on spectrum. Our next roaster is in the back, and he's ready to go. I hope you guys are ready too. Put your hands together for Sandy.
What's cracking, everybody? How are we doing today? Here for the roast of Joe? Yeah, that's nice, man. Give it up for Joe, the flunky and the junkie. Yeah, you guys might recognize Joe from bum fights. He was a pretty big deal on that shit, man. Yeah, herpes got infected by Joe, so hey, that's scary. Yeah, Joe used to think that the DARE program was actually daring him to do drugs. Joe was an idiot kid, man. Joe was a retarded kid, man. Yeah, I like when Joe always tells girls he's black from the waist down. That's just because he shot so much black tar heroin up in his dick veins, dude. Yeah, drugs have made Joe age like shit. He looks horrible. You know Joe was actually born in 2003. That's what he's saying. He's aged like shit, man. Yeah, he always tells people that he looks like Kurt Cobain if he was still alive. I'm like, no, you look like Kurt Cobain dead, brother. Yeah, you do look like Kurt Cobain, huh? Yeah, it looks like he still does the worm at frat parties and laughs at himself for doing it. You look like a failed Disney child star 30 years later. You look like you could have been on Camp Rock, but now you just camp and smoke rocks. Joe's favorite cologne is Axe body spray. I can smell it from here. It actually smells pretty good. Yeah, but I'm happy that you're leaving, Joe. I mean, I'm sad that you're leaving. You know, I hope you have fun out there. I expect to see Joe, you know, a few months, maybe a couple of years. I feel like the next time I see him, though, he's gonna look like the skeleton from Tales from the Crypt. You guys see that skeleton? Goddamn. I love you, Joe. Have fun out there, brother. Be safe, man.
Give it up for Sandy, everybody. This whole roast is brought to you by drugs. Alright. Come to the stage right now, our final roaster of the evening, and then we'll do the open mic. Put your hands together for Ceez Reynozo, everybody.
How's everyone doing? What's going on, guys? All right. Let's make some noise for Christopher Keith Tyler for putting this whole thing together. Yeah, hell yeah. Christopher Keith Tyler is a licensed massage therapist. He says he doesn't give happy endings, but that's just because no one accepts them. Christopher has long hair, which is strange because he has more on his face than the top of his head. Oh, you guys feel bad for him? That's not nice. Peter Marshall, the guy with the really shitty jokes on the video, looks like he got vaccinated for fun. He looks like he pays Home Depot Mexicans to help him with his Spanish homework. Sandy, my boy Sandy. Sandy, you look like Slash's little brother Ass. You look like Bums and Roses. For Sandy, welcome to the jungle, just sleeping at the park. Shadi Matar. Shadi Matar looks like he kidnaps kids to teach them how to play chess against their will. Käri Thach, you look like a Filipino Bobby Hill. No, I'm just kidding. You look like Zoe Saldana. She was a dude. Nathan, I don't know who you are, but you look like you're late for a job interview at Boot Barn. Alright, and then now let's get to Joe. When I first met Joe, I thought he was fucking creepy. But then I got to know him. And now I know he's fucking creepy. A lot of people don't, I'll tell you a couple things I learned about Joe since I met him. A lot of people don't know, but he went to war with drugs and lost. You're allowed, so you won. Joe loves Van Halen. Ironically, also likes inhaling meth. Joe loves punk rock, but not as much as he likes smoking it. No, it didn't work. Before, not anymore. All right. Joe, you look like Iggy Pop's pills. That's a deep cut. All right. No, I'm not happy that Joe's leaving. I like Joe. He's the only person that laughs at his jokes more than me. You just do it louder on the mic than I do. I'm gonna miss you, dude. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you kill it, and I hope you don't kill yourself with drugs. All right, guys, that's my time.
Ceez Reynozo, everybody. Clap it up for him. I always fuck up Ceez's name. It's like the thing that goes on. I'm like, Ceez Reynozo? Yeah, no, he's a good dude. Joe, how you feeling? Good. Good? I got a couple for you. Let's see. In biology, we were taught every time we learn something new, our brain grows another wrinkle. But with Joe, well, all the wrinkles migrated to his face. Now Joe's brain is smoother than the strippers' asses he snorts coke off of. Like a mirror. Joe is moving to Austin, Texas to chase his dreams. That's such a sad way to describe how your goals are constantly running away from you. Give it up for Joe, everybody. We're so upset that he's leaving. We love you, man. You've come a long way. Starting out here, he came in here when we first started. He just kept going every week. Very supportive. He's supportive to all the shows. And let's be supportive to him. Follow him on Facebook, Instagram especially. And get him, let's party and let's start this open mic. Round of applause for Joe, everybody. Oh yeah, Joe's got something to say too.
Hey everybody, okay, so to Peter Marshall, the video was another strategic way to keep me away from his wife. So I get it. To Shadi, why not have a video if you're gonna blow us all up tonight? So somewhere in the house there's a bomb that Shadi planted, and he's secretly going, yeah, somewhere. You know, he wants to blow us all up. I mean, I can see it in his face. I mean, he's secretly in ISIS. He's planted in California. Calling in videos, right? To the young man that was like, what was his name? Nathan. Fuck off. Kiss my lily white ass, all right? Be careful, I told you I was going last, all right? Okay, Käri, the mastectomy. You know what's worse than double mastectomy is a single mastectomy, because then you just like got one and shit. That would be way worse, right? It would be way worse. It's better to get both, right? Käri, you know, all you need is an addictomy because I've always wanted to have sex with an Asian boy, okay? Oh, no. A boy, an 18-year-old Asian that looks young, okay? Sorry.
Next one.
My good friend Ashley, who's here. Everybody give it up for Ashley. We all miss you. Her mom is here. She's a good friend of mine. She pays to watch me work out. She calls it handyman work, but I don't mind. Hey Penny, what's up there? All right, to Sandy, you know, last week I already covered it, but he made sure he didn't look sexy tonight. I was giving him shit because his hair looks really good when it's down. And last week we were at a show, and somebody else was talking about having sex with him. It made me jealous all of a sudden. I never wanted to fuck Sandy before that, but I'm like, oh, now I want to fuck Sandy. Somebody else wanted to fuck Sandy, I want to fuck Sandy. I go, Sandy, I made him all nervous. I go, hey, Sandy, have you ever been in jail? He's like going, what? He's like, and I'm like going, because with that hair, bro, in jail, you'd be like, the power of the pussy would be with you, bro. But he made sure to look all ratty tonight. I think he didn't want me to do that joke, but I'm doing it anyway, bitch. I'm doing it anyway. I have the power of the pussy in jail, too. So we have a lot in common. All right, who else was fucking roasting? Raise your hands. That guy right there, Ceez Reynozo, Cheese. Is that an exotic Ceez Reynozo, man? Hey, on top of my spaghetti, can I have some Ceez Reynozo? Well, very good choice, sir. All right, that cover all the roasting. Everybody got covered. Okay. So this is perfect. This is the perfect thing because you guys are going to help me live out a fantasy. Because I've always had a fantasy of doing a 47 way, right? We're going to lock the door. Wait, there's 2 in the bathroom. There's 49 way. I'm sorry, 49 way. And to the people in the bathroom, and nothing else bladders. And I know, yeah. Okay, the people in the bathroom, right? 47 way. Okay, I decided already the color everybody can leave on though, that doesn't want to get naked. If you happen to be wearing orange, you can leave that on, okay? I would like to thank all the husbands that I know that are good friends of mine, who are real good friends of mine. I've never been so close with this many husbands, because all of the husbands I know did me a big favor. Is they kept their wives away from me. So we're all still friends, right? I made sure that they keep your wives away from me, we can be friends still, right? And they all did it, so we're all good friends. I'm only 27 emotionally, by the way. Okay, and this is just to the comics, right? The comics who are filming themselves constantly, watching themselves constantly, and doing all this hard work to improve themselves in the comedy world, right? You all sound like robots, okay? All right, so keep it up because you're my competition. So I'm glad you're into it. All the comments are like, yeah, fuck you, John. Yes, keep doing it. You're my competition, right? More power to you. Hey, Frank, I love you, buddy. Hey, fuck off, Frank. I love you, man. Frank was the first person I seen tell everybody in the audience to fuck off. And then he got away with it. I'm like going, holy shit, look at that guy, right? Frank was there the first time I went on. And back then I did impressions. I did an impression of a deer in the headlights and I ran off stage right there. See like that. My new #1 fan, everybody. All right. Yeah, I would love to thank Tim in the back. Love you, Tim. Be careful if you kiss Tim, because his beard is really tickly, okay? The times I kissed him, anyway. I'm trying to steal him away from his wife before his wife steals me away from him, okay? We kind of have this thing going, right? Love you, Tim. Hey, how many people are going to the restroom? Nothing else bladders. All right. I love you, Chris. Although, you know, you might have a string of like crazy shit in your life. You seem like you could have been on a 10-state killing spree and then ended up here somehow. I don't know, maybe. Like Colorado to here. I wonder if... No, not really. But I think Corey Coogan and you hide each other's dead bodies. No, I'm just fucking with you. He doesn't really kill me. He just killed on stage, everybody. All right. I'm gonna get off this thing before I really have a killing moment, okay? I love you guys. I love you, Solaris. That was all the high crew because we were high and that was cool, okay?
Give it up for Joe Newcomer.